So amino acid nutrition, I've said they're the building blocks for protein. What our goal is in nutrition is we want to have a really good balance or profile of amino acids in that digestible protein. Because when we do that, that's when that digestible protein will be utilized with maximum efficiency. So our goal is to identify which ones are most limiting in digestible or metabolizable protein and increase their content in MP to levels where they're no longer limiting. In other words, we want to increase methionine up here to the top. We want to increase lysine up here to the top in metabolizable protein. That's what we want to do. In this case, methionine is what we call the first limiting amino acid. It's that one supplied in the smallest amount relative to the requirement. That's the most limiting. The second limiting is that one that's supplied in the second smallest amount relative to requirement. So that's why we keep harping on lysine and methionine. Are there some other amino acids that will become limiting after them? Yeah, the answer would be yes. But these are the two big ones, and we don't have to worry about the others until we correct these. So it's all about making sure that the balance of absorbed amino acids is as close to optimum as possible. Just like the balance of minerals. Get those as close as possible. And we've done that, especially by lowering phosphorus the way we have. We've got a better calcium to phosphorus ratio now. And also meant for many of us that we could feed a little less calcium as well. What is that ideal level of lysine in digestible protein? Well, according to Dairy NRC 2001, about 7.2% of that metabolizable protein should be lysine. But, you know, we have dairy herds that are down here at 5.6, 5.7. And notice that if we increase lysine in digestible protein, we're going to get an increase in milk protein. And then we reach a point where we're not going to get any further increase. Okay, well, we would call this a requirement. But out on the farm, where are we typically? If we're not balancing for lysine and methionine, we're probably going to be down here. Especially if we got a lot of DDGS in our diet. We're going to be down around 5.7 using the NRC model. About 5.7. If we're not feeding DDGS and we're feeding soybean meal and a protected soy product like Soy Plus or Soy Pass or Amino Plus or Soy Best, oh, then we'll be up around 6.3, 6.4. Now if we take that protected soy out of the diet and put in a little bit of blood meal, like the JBS United blood meal, we can get up to about 6.6. We won't get up to the 7.2, but we can get up there pretty dang high. And that's really good. That's really good. And subsequent research after this came out, we've realized that we really don't need to get higher than about a 6.8 or a 6.9 with the NRC model. With CPM dairy, we've got to get up to about a 7.5, a 7.4. And if you're using AMTS.cattle, you want to get up to about a 6, again, about a 6.8, 6.9. Very similar to NRC. Okay, that's your goal. That's the goal. Now, how about methionine? Well, for methionine, we want to get up to about 2.4, according to NRC 2001. And subsequent work with NRC tells us about 2.3, between 2.3 and 2.4. Not much of a change with newer data. That's what we want to get. For CPM dairy, that's going to be about a 2.5. AMTS.cattle is going to be very similar to NRC again. Okay, I just mentioned two other models, so it kind of depends on which model you're using. But that's what I mean about raising the levels up to the point where we get better utilization of that digestible protein. questions on fat? Because I want to get out of fat.
Right here.
Yes.
I don't have a question on that, but I think as a whole here in our area, we're way up on butterfat protein this year.
That's excellent.
Explain that to me though.
Yeah, no, that's good. And it's the same thing in Wisconsin. I mean, I'm shocked at some of these. I'm shocked at the number of herds that are going over 4%. I just.
Well, we're not over 4, but we're at 387 right now.
Well, no, that's really good. You're way above average there, right? 365 is the average for your area. Yeah, and that's great. It's great. So something about carbohydrate nutrition there. I think very little of that has to do with anything on amino acid nutrition, although it can, and I'm going to talk about that. But it's pretty much going to be on the carbohydrate side, because if you're that high, you're not suffering from the classical cases of milk fat depression. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's still a lot we don't know, but we're not going to get there, are we? If we just balance diets for non-structural carbohydrates and NDF and crude protein. If anybody can, I have a tough time calling myself a nutritionist, so that's all I balance for. The dairy producers here don't need me for that. Yeah.